Napa takes down yet another small winery. Antinori continues its expansion into California. And are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Well, cheers to that. You'll understand in a little bit. All that and more on this episode of This Week Uncorked. Well, hello and welcome to episode 33 of This Week Uncorked for Monday, March 3rd, 2025. I'm Brett Martin, your host from Cork and Journey, the number one source for Corkage fees, winery reviews, restaurant reviews, wine reviews, some hotel reviews. We have it all. Head over to corkandjourney.com to check it out. And with that, let's get right on into this week's news. All right. Well, we've covered this story off and on, but Napa has the strangest rules as to who can have tasting rooms and what's defined as a small winery and what's defined as a big winery. And then you have people that don't want there to be wineries anymore, and they don't want you have neighbors that complain because of traffic. Well, Hoopes Winery, they make some great wine. They have been in a long time battle with Napa for 6 years now over whether or not they can have a tasting room or not. And they've been lawsuits. They've been found, okay, they've been ruled against, and then they've actually taken that to the next level. And they basically they've sued Napa, and it's gone back and forth. Anyway, a judge this week issued a preliminary injunction. So, from the San Francisco Chronicle, on Thursday, a judge granted a preliminary injunction against Hoopes, which prohibits the small winery from selling and serving wine from its premises and hosting events. It also forces the winery to relocate its little animal sanctuary, a popular attraction for visiting families, within 2 weeks. In 2022, the county sued Hoopes, second-generation proprietor Lindsay Hoopes, claiming the winery wasn't permitted to host tastings. Lindsay Hoopes believed that the winery was grandfathered in due to an exemption granted to small wineries established before 1990. And last year, a judge ruled in the county's favor. Hoopes' cross-complaint, I think that's in federal court, remains unresolved. And in January, Napa County requested a preliminary injunction in addition to $8 million in penalties, attorney's fees, and other costs. So basically going to put them out of business is what it all amounts to. But you can't, if you're a small boutique winery and you don't have a tasting room and you can't sell wine, I mean, that's how people find you. They basically are, hey, what are we doing? Oh, this is a cool little place. Let's go check it out. And the fact you can actually have a winery, have a premise, have all that, but not have a tasting room, not be allowed to have tastings on your property is insane. As to the little petting zoo that they have, it's cute. It's not a nuisance, but anyway, that's Napa, that's California. So good job, Napa. You just put a nice little boutique winery. Maybe, I mean, the lawsuits will continue, but we will see. So we've been following that. I've been rooting for them this whole time, but it doesn't appear that it's going to happen. And going to the opposite end of the spectrum, Antinori is continuing its expansion into California and especially Napa. They bought the Arcadia Vineyard. So Marchesi Antinori, massive Italian winemaker. They make mass-produced stuff. They make high-end stuff. They're kind of all over the map. Warren Winonarski, he is the guy who founded Stag's Leap Wine Cellars, not to be confused with Stag's Leap Winery. different apostrophe placements. I think we talked about that on another show. His 1973 Cabernet won the Judgment in Paris in 1976, kind of put him on the map. So he had the Stag's Leap Vineyard. In 96, he bought the Arcadia Vineyard, which is like 55 hectare estate in Coombsville. So he basically bought that property. This is Antinori, bought that in 96 from Austin Hills. By the way, Corkage Hills is Mike Corkage and Austin Hills, from Hills Brothers Coffee. A little bit of trivia there. So Warnowski died at 95 years of age last year. We lost a couple big people last year. He died. Mike Corkage died, I think, at 105. Anyway, so now they have it all. They have the Stag's Leap Vineyard. They've got the Arcadia Vineyard, and nothing more to say there. But you know what we do have to say? SOMM TV. We love SOMM TV. Shout out to Jason Wise and everybody over there. They continue to produce amazing content on wine. And if you use the little link below, you get 50% off the monthly subscription for like $3.49 a month. You can watch all of their content. They've got just so much on wineries and varietals, and even have shows. Anyway, it's just every single movies, full length movies, all the Saw movies, a bunch of other movies, Bottle Shock, you name it. They are on there. They also do watch parties. So it's like, hey, we're going to watch the movie with the people that were in the movie, and we're going to talk it over. So it's kind of like getting a DVD with special features on some of them. So anyway, well worth checking out the people over at SOMM TV, and you can say get 50% off your monthly subscription by clicking the link below. All righty, and with that, moving on with the news. Another story. So Decanter has a story about vandals destroying an experimental AET vineyard in northern Italy. It seems like we have like these stories every few months or so. This one's a little different because it was just 5 vines that people thought, so there's a sign in the thing that said they were genetically modified. The researchers are saying, well, they're not genetically modified, but we had to put that sign up because what they are is assisted evolution technology, or AET, where they're kind of assisting in the evolution of the plant. From the article, eventually the goal of the AET plants is to create disease-resistant vines to avoid the use of pesticides. AET vines are not GMOs, said Professor Mario Pizzotti, coordinator of the Agricultural Genetics Working Group of the Department of Biotechnology. They are plants obtained by mutation as occurs in nature. The difference is that in our case, the mutation is targeted. In the laboratory, we perform in vitro experiments, but we also need to test in the open field where the vines will be cultivated. The 5 Chardonnay plants underwent editing to resist downy mildew. I guess I don't know the difference between GMO and AET. It sounds like it's the same to me, but somebody thought it was bad and they ripped the plants out. Not good. It's hard enough being a farmer, and there are all these things they try to do to make the crops more resistant. Maybe this is GMO, maybe this isn't, who knows? But either way, somebody over there said, no go. And some people took those vines out. So wrapping it up, the news with VinePair has the question, why is everybody trying to make eye contact during toasts? I think I usually make eye contact when I'm toasting someone. I'm not sure it matters, but I have recently noticed, we have a good friend, and we were out to dinner, a bunch of us, and everyone just toast. It's like, eye contact, everybody, eye contact. I don't know what it means, but anyway, this article delves into why it should be. So from the article, basically the same thing that happened to me. Imagine this. You're out at a bar after a long day, and your server has just dropped off your first round of drinks. Shoulders already unwinding. You go to clink your glass against your friends only to find them Miley Cyrus blue eyes staring at you from across the table, awaiting your cheers. Perhaps they're even shouting, eyes, 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 as they raise their glass to yours, insisting on maintaining eye contact until your drinks have touched and you both have enjoyed a sip. And just like that, the moment is over and things are back to normal. This article goes into depth as to why this is, potentially why it is. Maybe one of the theories is that when people used to toast, a few drops of wine, you'd want to make eye contact to make sure that the wine was spilling over, actually, a few drops into each other's glasses, so that if it was poisoned as you were drinking it, you could see whether or not, I guess you watch the person drop dead. Whole bunch of theories in the article. Funny article. I don't know. Anyway, cheers to that. And with that, let's move on to our wine and winery of the week. All right, Trefethen Family Vineyards in Napa, California. This is one of those just absolutely incredible places. Family run. I think we're going back for 5 or 6 generations here. Really been around a long, long, long time. They're located in the Oak Knoll district. Their property survived the earthquake. Just a absolutely wonderful place to go to a tasting. They offer a variety of tastings. You can do private tastings. You can do tastings with some food. Anyway, I'll tell you what, we had a vineyard tour. We had a winery tour. We did a private tasting. It was just and everybody was absolutely just fantastic about it across the board. It's one of those places, if you haven't stopped by Trefethen, I would highly, highly recommend adding that to your next Napa trip. Um, Beautiful vineyard, nice people, very, very, very good wine. And with that, our wine of the week, actually, I chose the Trefethen 2016 Halo Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, this is $250 a bottle. We gave it 95 points. Most critics give it higher than that. Uh, Man, it is a beautiful, beautiful classic Napa Valley cab. Black cherry, black pepper, cedar, leather, tobacco. It's got everything you'd want in that as well. Fantastic wine, $250 a bottle. Not sure it's worth it. You have to make your own decision on that. They do make regular. So if this is the 2016 cab from Trefethen, and this is less than right around $100 a bottle is what this goes for. Wine Searcher says you can pick it up for like 80. It's excellent as well. I think maybe as good. It's one of those things. So you have to kind of look at the where the price points are, but they do make great wines and they make them on all price points and none of them are mass produced. So well worth checking out Trefethen next time you are down in Napa Valley. And with that, on the really, really pricey note, let's go to our restaurant of the week. Well, we recently made a visit over to the MGM Grand and went to Joël Robuchon, Las Vegas. This back when Michelin was awarding stars in Las Vegas. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. I think they got 3 stars. They got a lot. Anyway, it's a beautiful little place. It is absolutely outstanding. You go in, it's everything you would expect from a Michelin star restaurant. Little stuffy. The food is amazing. Expect as you would at lots of foam, lots of gelatin. But it was all exceptionally good. The presentation was amazing. Staff was amazing. Food tasted amazing. Everything was amazing. Is there a but coming here? Well, of course there is. It's a 16-course tasting menu. It's going to set you back $500 a head before drinks and gratuity. And if you do wine pairing with it, it's going to be another $500 a head at minimum. It's kind of, so you have to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze at the end of the day? Bottom line, glad we went. Probably will never go again. Can kind of check it off the list. It's kind of the same way we feel about the French Laundry, same way we felt about a Single Thread. Amazing experience, absolutely great. Glad we went. We can say we went. But good Lord, when you walk out of there, you're like, man, I could have had a whole lot of other great meals for what we just paid to get this experience. So yes, go if you're checking Michelin stars off and you want probably one of the best French fine dining experiences you can find in the States. That'd be a good spot to go. That's Joël Robuchon. On the other hand, I will tell you, I've talked about this restaurant before, Cyrus, also up in the Napa way, and same price, same deal. Absolutely would all go again. It was not only was the food amazing, the experience, there was something about it that just took it to a different level. So I don't know. Anyway, and Joël Robuchon, they only $50 per bottle Corkage. So I say only. Man, for a Michelin star restaurant, you're over $200 a bottle at Single Thread or at French Laundry, or $200 a bottle at French Laundry, 100 something, 150 a bottle over at the Single Thread. $50 a bottle is not bad. And so if you were to go eat there, I would definitely it's a 2-bottle max. I would bring 2 bottles, bring a bottle of white, a bottle of red, so you can pair them with the various foods that are coming. And you'll, for $100, you're going to save yourself like, $1,000 on the wine pairings and doing it yourself there, because their wine list was really pricey. Beautiful wine list, but wow, 3x, 4x markups on most bottles. Anyway, so with that, that's going to wrap up our show this week. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. As always, please subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on X, everywhere you would follow us on all social media applications. Until next week, everybody, cheers.